Hey, welcome back. We'll have another lesson here on three-point perspective. So we just had a lesson on the rudiments of three-point perspective, an introduction, mostly intuitive sketching. We looked at the difference between 1 point and 2 point, and now 3 point, how they're similar but certainly different. And we did some intuitive sketching of boxes, and we did one little skyscraper there towards the end. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go for it. We're going to go all the way to a full-on cityscape. This will be the most dynamic perspective drawing that you've done to date, theoretically and from your imagination. And so we're going to be pretending, or making an image actually, not just pretending, but we're going to be flying over, either you're flying on your own or you're in a helicopter or an airplane, but we're going to be flying over a city, and we're going to be looking down upon the city below. So it could be any city that you want. So however you want later on to stylize your buildings, go for it. Okay? Now, it's going to be a longer lesson. You're going to have to stay with me on that, and I'll probably be in a couple of segment sections, so it might get chopped in one area, so it won't quite be maybe as smooth in the middle, but you won't have to worry about that. Now what you're going to need, what I've got set up, you have your 18 by 24 inch piece of drawing paper, but you're going to need some scratch paper for the horizon line extension out to the right and left, and to put vanishing points, both the left vanishing point, the right vanishing point. And you're going to need some scratch paper down below for the vertical vanishing point. What I would do is put about a 6 to 10 inch piece of paper over here, have some space, 6 to 10 inches, 6 to 10 inches roughly, and maybe 6 to 10 inches in the middle down and through here. However you want to do it. What I might suggest is doing this. So if we come over here, you can see where I've got my piece of paper, your 18 by 24 inch piece of paper here, and then I'd have a scratch piece maybe attached over here, and then a scratch piece attached over here, and then a scratch piece of paper attached over here. And so you'll remove them once you're done with the drawing. And so what we're going to be doing, starting out with, and why that's important, is we're going to put our horizon line of our drawing very high up, because we're going to be flying up high, and we want to leave all this space here for a downward viewpoint. We want that. So we're going to extend the horizon out on that scratch pieces of paper and put the vanishing point out here and out here. And the same thing down below, we want a vertical vanishing point that will be somewhere like that in through here. So we have a right vanishing point, a left vanishing point, and then a vertical vanishing point down below, and all that will be on scratch paper. So we have our vanishing points pushed pretty far out and far away from the action in the space of drawing. Okay? Alright, so that hopefully you can see it. I believe I moved the camera back where you can see that, this particular area. Okay, so the first thing we want to establish in our cityscape here, is the horizon line. And so measure down from the top of your paper about 2 inches. Roughly it might look like that. And that's where we're going to put the horizon line. So we're going to go all the way across horizontally in our drawing with our horizon line here, and we're going to go all the way across here as well. Keep on going on your scratch paper and put it 8 inches out further to what could look about like right there. So here's my vanishing point. Let me make it darker with a darker pencil, darker color. So here's my RVP, my right vanishing point, right there. And then I'll do the same thing over here. Now I'm going to have to fight through my little sketch here, but I think you'll you'll figure that out pretty quickly. Right through here, and 8 inches on this side over to here. So let me put that vanishing point right here. So here's my LVP, my left vanishing point, and my right vanishing point over there. Now we need, down below here, we need a vertical vanishing point. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, you have 24 inches across your paper. Well, find the center, which is 12, roughly right in through there, and bring that down about 6 inches. So you're going to have to find a bigger table to work on. Sorry, but you're going to need it. So you want that down below about 6 inches. So, and I'll put my vertical vanishing point right there. So I'll make that darker in green so you'll see that. Okay. So this distance now is 6 inches between here and here. This distance over here is 8 inches out. And this distance over here is also 8 inches out. Okay? Now mine, obviously the distances are greater, so mine's relative to yours, meaning that it's fairly accurate. But if you'll do your measurements, you'll get a drawing that looks pretty close to mine as well. Okay, so we've got our 3-point system already set up. We've got 2 vanishing points left and right, and we've got a vertical vanishing point. Now today we're going to be drawing a city, and the city we're drawing is an urban landscape. We've got our vanishing points here, a horizon line. So we have a very slight view of the sky plane. We're very high up. Lots of ground plane to look at. So here's your eye level. There's your horizon line. You should know that by now. And we're going to be looking down upon a city. So vanishing point, vertical vanishing point here. Now the first thing we're going to establish in our drawing, and I should do that probably with a little bit different pencil here so you'll see it a little bit lighter, is we're going to establish the 2 streets coming to a cross street like that. And they're going to be coming out of the vanishing points, left and right. So I'm going to sketch it so you'll see it first, and then we'll tighten it up. So they're coming out of the left vanishing point out on our drawing here. And I'm probably going to push it over a little bit just to give a slight different off-centered visual effect. So from the right vanishing point, it's going to feel like about right there. And from the left vanishing point, it's going to feel like it's coming in this direction through there. So I'm just kind of roughing it out to show you first. And now I'm going to tighten it up with my ruler. And you'll need a longer ruler, obviously, for this. So now with my ruler, I'm going to come out here and lay down my first lines for my street. So we're moving in this direction here. Okay, there's one line. Now I'm going to project another one. So try to match your lines with mine. Now we're looking way down. We're way above. We're probably 50, 60, 70 stories above, probably higher than that, from our tallest building. So we're looking down pretty well on the street. Now this is a busy street. It's obviously it's got a thickness, and as it goes back to the vanishing point, the convergence line for the street get much thinner, and they come together a little bit up through here, so that's fine. So we've got that. I'll extend this out a little further, and I'll overlap them a little bit here so we can make a nice corner for now. So this is kind of what we're doing right in through in this area. We're going to curve it later on as if we're going to see cars turning on that street, looking way down. Now I need to do the same thing over here. So from the right vanishing point, we're going to come way over. And I got to be a little careful with my projection since it's pretty far away. I think that's going to get me pretty well. So here's my right vanishing point. My street line, or my convergence line for now, looks pretty good coming down through there. So you see that coming through. And now I need to make sure that they connect. So I'm going to work my ruler here, and on to there. That's where they connect up. Then I'm going to make my thickness. I can just put a little straight line here. It makes there's the true final thickness right in through there. So I'll put a dot, and then that's where I'm headed back to my vanishing point, all the way back to the right vanishing point. So from here way on over to there. There we go. There's my right vanishing point. Okay, so now what we have is we have the thicknesses of our streets. And they're going to be two-way streets. So they would have a center line in between. We may not see them because we're so far above. Now this side could be Broadway, and this side could be Fifth Avenue. So I'll just put over here in my drawing. You know,